you can't figure out the shape of our planet by just looking around from one spot on its surface. Even if you have a clear view of the horizon, you can only see a few miles, or kilometers, in any direction, and that's not enough to tell for sure. The Earth might be flat, or round, or like an egg, or something else, and you wouldn't be able to tell. The only thing you can tell from one spot on the surface is that the Earth looks flat up to a certain point. If the Earth is round, it has to be very big, at least a few hundred miles or kilometers across. The truth is that the Earth is very round, almost a perfect sphere, with less than 1% deviation. If you go high enough from the surface of the Earth, you can't miss seeing its real shape, as it's been obvious ever since we first reached the height where we could see the curve of our planet. The real shape of the Earth is easy to see from high places, or even from outer space. You can measure its size. You can figure out how round it is in every direction. You can see its bumps and dents with your instruments. If you go far enough from the Earth, you can see half of it at once, and even watch it spin around its axis in real time. With a diameter of about 12,700 kilometers, 7,900 miles, our planet is clearly a sphere. But imagine you had never seen the Earth's curve from space or from a high place. Imagine you had never traveled around the world, done the Eratosthenes experiment, or learned about the Shaquille O'Neal experiment that anyone can do. Believe it or not, there are still some easy observations you can make that would not happen if the Earth were flat. Look at the shape of the Earth's shadow on the Moon during a lunar eclipse, especially when it's not a total eclipse. Do you see how the Earth's shadow always looks like part of a very round circle? If the Earth were a flat disk, that means there's only one way that the Sun, Earth and Moon can line up to make a round, instead of oval, shadow, with the Earth's disk facing the Sun and Moon sideways. This means the Sun would have to be on the opposite side of the Earth from where it's nighttime, but lunar eclipses happen at different times depending on where you are on Earth. The flat Earth can't explain that. Have you ever noticed how the summer in the United States is the same time as the winter in Australia? Or how the winter in Italy is the same time as the summer in Argentina? This is because the sun's rays, which are almost straight, hit the Earth at different angles during different times of the year. If the Earth were flat, the sun's rays would always hit the Earth at the same angle, meaning that the USA, Australia, Italy, and Argentina would all have the same seasons. The flat Earth idea can't explain this. If you look at the night sky from a very high, northern latitude place, you'll see the Big and Little Dippers, the bright orange star Arcturus, and the Pleiades, among other things. But if you go to the South Pole, you can't see any of these things in the sky, but you can see Alpha Centauri, the Magellanic Clouds, and the Southern Cross, which most people in the Northern Hemisphere never see. If the Earth were flat, everyone on the dark side of the Earth would see the same sky. This is another thing that the flat Earth can't explain. Mauna Kea, the tallest mountain in Hawaii, the top of the Big Island, has amazing views. With only the ocean around it, and a few other islands nearby, you should be able to see very far away. The island of Kauai has the 7th tallest mountain in the Hawaiian Islands, a peak called Kawakini. If you were to draw a straight line from Mauna Kea, height 13,796 feet, to Kawakini, height 5,226 feet, it would cover a distance of 303 miles. But you can't see one from the other, which you would definitely be able to do if the Earth were flat. With a curved Earth of its measured size, the farthest you can see for those two heights is 233 miles. Only with a curved Earth is one hidden from the other, and this is true for any two mountaintops with clear views from one to the other. If the Earth were flat, then someone in New York and someone in Los Angeles would see the sun come up and go down at the same time as each other. But in reality, the difference is about 3 hours. And that's not all, but at every place in between, the sun comes up / goes down at a different time, something that could not happen if the Earth were flat. The fact that it can be night in New York and late afternoon in Los Angeles, or morning in New York while it's still dark in Los Angeles, is something that a flat Earth can't explain. If the Earth were flat, these things would be very different, and yet they are so easy to check that any flat Earth believer can't possibly doubt that they are true. Whether it makes anyone change their mind is not certain, but without using space, going around the world, or any advanced scientific experiments, you can see a lot of things that a flat Earth can't explain. With a flat Earth, we'd only have lunar eclipses at midnight everywhere, every place would have the same seasons, every place would see the same stars, all tall mountains would be visible from each other, and every place on your side of the Earth would see the sun come up and go down at the same time. Since these are not true, neither is the flat Earth. If this helps even one person question their belief that the Earth is flat, it's a great win for learning. But don't count on it. Like the old saying goes, you can't make someone think differently about something they didn't think about in the first place.